Good morning. Hey, today I'd like to talk to you for a little bit about the power of confession. I grew up in this little Baptist church in Mansfield, Ohio, and people in my church were fond of saying, I don't have to confess my sins to some man. And of course, it was a dig at the Catholic Church, where the people in the Catholic Church practice a regular confessional, going to their priest in the private booth to confess their sins and obtain forgiveness. And I agree with the idea, of course, that I don't need to confess my sins to anyone but God in order to be forgiven. That's true. But by extension, it does not mean I never need to confess my sins to other people. In fact, the Bible teaches quite the opposite. The book of James says, confess your faults to one another so that you can be healed. Isn't it fascinating that the Bible ties my forgiveness to confession to God, but ties my healing to confession to others? And this is something I learned a long time ago in 12-step recovery, is that the power of sin is in its secrecy. The fuel for addiction is shame. The things I feel like I need to cover, that people won't understand, that people will judge me for. I push those things down. And the more I feel that I must be secretive about the things I'm doing, the tighter the grip that sin has on my life. So when we confess, we break the power of secrecy. When we confess, we step out of the darkness and into the light. When I confess, I move from this place where I feel like I am so alone and so unique and so unlike everybody else, and I step into a sense of family where other people have gone through the same thing. This is what I discover in confession. When I confessed in my 12-step recovery group for codependency about how I really related to my wife and how I tried to control, and how I was this impossible pleaser, and how I was a person always looking to get validation from others. When I confessed those things, I found out I was not alone, that other people felt and did exactly the same things that I did. But the power of those things was increased exponentially the more secretive I was about those things. But when I came into the truth about myself and I shared that truth with other people, I walked into this expansive new freedom I'd never had before. Plus, I had the support of other people on this same journey who were my fellow strugglers. This is the healing that James is talking about. That you and I need to step out of this place where we feel alone and struggling against our sin. We need to step out of that place to join the family of God, and struggling together and growing together in trusting that God is big enough not just to forgive my sins, but to heal my life. And when he heals my life, I'm a different person. So my encouragement for you today, I know it's not safe to confess to just anyone. Sometimes people will use what we say against us. They'll weaponize the truths that we share. But when you find people who are struggling just like you, people who find themselves broken just like you, people who are committed to confidentiality, share with them your greatest weaknesses. Share with them your secrets, share with them your shame, and you will find the shackles falling at your feet. God bless you. I'll see you again real soon.